Hello, I'm Jose Castro and I'm head of the Innovation Unit at the Oceanic Platform of the Canary Islands, in short named PLOCAN. We are a public consortium between the national government of Spain and the regional government of the Canary Islands. Our main objective is to offer land-based and marine-based novel infrastructures to foster and promote maritime science. Among this infrastructure, we highlight our marine test site of 23 square kilometers area dedicated to conduct validation and demonstrative experiments of a variety of sustainable maritime technologies to contribute to increase its readiness and technology maturity level, as well as to speed up market uptake. Together with ocean monitoring and observation platforms and technologies, PLOCAN Marine Test Site has been specialized in the real demonstration of marine renewable energy prototypes, mostly wave energy converters, offshore wind bottom fixed or floating devices, and floating photovoltaics prototypes.
Hello, my name is Silvia Martin and I am R&D Project Manager at the Oceanic Platform of the Canary Islands, also known as PLOCAN. PLOCAN is partner in the GRRIP Project, where we aim to develop, implement and evaluate the application of specific RRI action plan to integrate in our governance procedures and activities the European RRI approach. This approach is composed of 5 key pillars, which implies the application of the high ethics and integrity values and standards of the European Union, the promotion of the EU policies on open access, to avoid acting from an isolated perspective and integrate in our activities a wider and more systematic public engagement, to transform new knowledge in science education, and finally, to foster gender equality in marine and maritime sciences and technologies, which are nowadays mostly overrepresented by males. In this video, we will focus on the gender equality key.
On the one hand, as a public institution, it is mandatory for us to be compliant with the European national and regional regulations regarding gender equality. PLOCAN has among its objectives the commitment to fulfill and promote the gender equality legislation in the framework of the European, Spanish and the Canary Island legislation, in accordance with the provisions of the Sustainable Development Goal number 5, specifically with the effectiveness of the constitutional right of equality between women and men. Consequently, PLOCAN has and continues to support the development of structures, procedures and targeted measures that enhance gender equality and equal treatment and opportunities within our community and pursue institutional and procedural changes towards RRI implementation. This is a key priority for us in the future, also as an institution focused on delivering social impact. My colleague Silvia will detail now some of the key actions that we are going to conduct in PLOCAN to implement gender equality principles in the framework of our GRRIP project.
Within GRRIP Project, PLOCAN, in collaboration with other GRRIP partners, has elaborated a comprehensive action plan to improve the implementation of the 5 RRI pillars in our organization. The action plan is based on 30 interventions, of which 6 are related with gender equality. Among other initiatives, we are planning to develop and publish a written policy for gender equality, develop and publish the gender equality plan, which implies, for instance, to create the gender equality unit and select a gender equality champion, to introduce structures and policies to embed gender balance in institutional R&I decision-making, or to include gender equality awareness related courses in PLOCAN's training plan. And last but not least, also to ensure the RRI working group, which has been created for GRRIP project purposes, is balanced and has access and authority to deliver the whole action plan.
My name is Graham Lynch and I'm the Dissemination and Communication Officer at MaREI for the Grounding, Responsible Research and Innovation Project. MaREI, funded by Science Foundation Ireland, is the Irish National Centre for Energy, Climate and Marine Research and Innovation. The MaREI Centre is coordinated by UCC and has 13 partner institutes from across Ireland with more than 200 researchers informing policy and delivering research relevant to society in the areas of energy transition, climate action and the blue economy. In the GRRIP project, we are establishing systems, procedures and practices related to the responsible research and innovation dimensions of gender equality, public engagement, science education, open access and ethics. In this video, we are focusing on the actions we plan to take for embedding the open access and ethics keys of responsible research and innovation. The ethics RRI dimension is central to MaREI, as research at the centre spans researching behaviour and ecology of marine animals to the involvement of human participation in surveys, interviews and citizen science activities. Open access is important for MaREI, as we are committed to making our research publications freely available to citizens under the impetus of Ireland's ambition of transitioning to an open research environment for all publicly funded research. As such, we will inform MaREI researchers regularly on the aspects of open science and innovation and the open access agreements being pursued by the university. We will continue to encourage MaREI research to avail of training opportunities on ethics, research integrity and principles of data management. We will engage with UCC Research Office and provide regular discussion forums on ethics and open access so that the current trainings available on ethics is tailored and customised to our centre's research areas.
My name is Ruth Calloway. I'm a marine ecologist at Swansea University in Wales in the UK. Swansea University has a long tradition in marine research. And for example, we are well known for our marine taxonomy. Our textbook, the Handbook of the Marine Fauna of Northwest Europe by Peter Hayward and John Ryland, is still a key reference book in our discipline. But the research questions are changing. We are now facing a number of really quite serious societal challenges in the marine environment. The purpose of the GRRIP project is to explore how changes in the way we interact with stakeholders can improve the relevance of our research. For that reason, in Swansea, we are going to focus on improving public engagement. And for us, that means engagement with government, with regulators, with industry, and with wider society. Industry here in Wales is keen to address the societal challenges, such as climate change, sea level rise, marine litter, the development of marine renewable energies. And a lot of our funding comes from industry for innovation. So for that reason, we need to understand at an early stage what are the commercial drivers, what are the interests, but also we need to know about legislation and regulation. And then we are a coastal nation. People here in Wales have a strong bond with the sea. We need to understand what their views are and how we can weave them into our research. Specifically, in the GRRIP project here for Swansea, we want to develop a workshop format and an engagement platform that facilitates and eases the conversation between researchers and all our stakeholders. The idea is to diversify the stakeholder base by developing an attractive environment that entices stakeholders to share their views and ideas. This will be supported by training for staff and students, and we also want to firm up internal procedures so that we can capture public engagement better and reward staff for taking part. In summary, the GRRIP project at Swansea University is going to focus on opening marine research to people from all parts of society, so that we as researchers better understand their needs and ideas, and allows us to produce more relevant science.
I am Jeanette Gonçalves, and I'm responsible for the communication activities at WavEC Offshore Renewables. WavEC is a private non-profit association dedicated to consultancy and research activities in the field of marine renewable energy, offshore aquaculture, and special engineering solutions. We are one of the 5 case study organizations of the GRRIP project. In this video, we will focus on science education, which is one of the 6 responsible research and innovation dimensions. WavEC has currently in place some internal procedures and has carried out several activities related to science education. Science education is important for us because innovation and science-related activities are done regularly at WavEC, especially aimed to a younger audience. We have participated in an e-learning project and presented our work at many events, exhibitions, and also lectured at universities and schools. More recently, WavEC joined the Escola Azul Blue School project, which is an educational program of the Portuguese Ministry of the Sea, aiming to improve the level of ocean literacy in schools and creating responsible and active generations that contribute to the sustainability of the oceans. Our key focus in the GRRIP project is to develop a clearer view on more integrated approaches to promote science education uptake and to prepare policies and strategies to embed science education in our public engagement and communication activities, to establish best practices to enhance our activities in science education, and also to be able to increase people's understanding on the outputs of our research. We also aim to provide regular training to WavEC's employees to add on to their science education competencies. Our goal at WavEC is to develop and implement best practices on all of the 6 RRI pillars, and that's why we are partners in the GRRIP project.
I am Frank Schoof, professor at University of Nantes, specialist in reliability of offshore structures and CEO of the Sea and Littoral Research Institute, IUML in French. I will be introducing IUML and speaking about the pillar of governance. My colleague, Joséphine Labat, engineer in aquaculture and development officer of IUML, will explain why governance is important and the key goals IUML is focusing on. Marine and maritime sciences are facing the analysis of more and more complex technological and societal issues, where interdisciplinary studies play a key role. IUML, an acronym in French for Sea and Littoral Research Institute, gathers more than 20 research units from Region Pays de la Loire and south of Region Brittany in view to stimulate, support, and promote interdisciplinarity. Its 4 main specific pillars are bioprocesses and marine bioresources, ships of the future marine energies, biodiversity, health and littoral environment, blue growth, governance of marine areas. IUML is acknowledged by CNRS, the National Council of Scientific Research in France, by both the engineering and humanities departments, and considered to be in the top 3 marine and maritime research cluster in France. For such a network with 850 people, the pillar governance of research and innovation requires a thorough analysis. Governance is actually organized with an executive board, 4 people, accompanied by a development officer, a management committee in charge to implement RI, where RI champions have been identified, almost 10 people, a stakeholder committee to engage the society in our development, almost 10 people also, and a management board where the strategy policy is defined and decided. It gathers all the CEO of each research unit, so that's more than 20 people.
With so many researchers and scientific topics, IUML is attractive and increasingly called upon its expertise by policymakers, industry, or for being part of events for science education of the inhabitants. Until now, IUML was not organized for selecting and answering to these expectations, which require a clear policy and timelines. Moreover, topics like gender equality, ethics, science education, open access policy, or public engagement were not clearly integrated in our policy. The governance was then our key pillar for including efficiently these 5 key RRI topics in our policy, which in lines will give a sense and indicators to the actions to be selected. We plan to develop 21 actions in line with this pillar. 6 of them have already been implemented, such as the building of a management committee for defining the implementation of actions and monitor their efficiency, or the organization of the stakeholder group who will help to reach more efficient actions with the society and the industry. Others are also crucial and will be implemented before next year, such as the analysis of embedded RRI in SDI systems and funding proposals, and the implementation of RRI in our calls.